The humidity's probably gonna fog the lens. Alright, they left.
I won't waste much of our time.
63,000 bodies came through the door.
Well, that's, yeah, some estimates say that, and a lot of people, I tell you, you're going to see a lot of arguing on the internet about that stuff. The historians argue with the paranormal
Do
groups.
they think that's a low number or a high number?
They think it's an inordinately high number because of the population of Louisville at the turn of the century.
Yeah, but a lot of people came here from over in Louisville, didn't they?
For a while, until the medical director, it got to be so bad, he said nobody, unless you're from Jefferson County. And then those that snuck in, if they got found out, they were rejected from the facility. Kind of a social faux pas, but I guess it had to be.
I mean, a building this size would seem like people would come from all over. I mean, like
Well, initially they did.
Wherever.
Initially they did. They came from even different states, but okay, it's just water. Let me get. I'm already getting wound up. Okay, guys, welcome. First of all, like I said, to Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The area that we're standing at right now used to be totally enclosed in here in the brick and concrete. It was a tunnel, literally connecting from the hospital to this section of the tunnel. And the original purpose of the tunnel was to get goods and supplies up from Dixie Highway. Okay, I'll just say this right now, we're gonna make this, these paranormal tours are about like 50-50. We try to give you some paranormal and try to give you some accurate history, okay? But that's what the original purpose of it was for. It did get utilized as a body chute to sort of expedite the dead out of the hospital and facilitate that. And the reason for that is because when you came into this hospital, you know, your average length of stay was 3 to 5 years. You kind of get to be buddies with people that are lifelong, you know, that are with you that long. And it tends to have a demoralizing effect on you when, you know, your best girlfriend, your best buddy, whatever happens to pass on, and or even if you don't know them and you just see, you know, body after body, you know, over a certain period of time, it gets to be pretty demoralizing. So Dr. Oscar O. Miller thought that would be a good way to sort of secret people out, keep morale up, and the less they know, the better off they are. Question came up from this gentleman up here. There are a lot of different arguments as to how many people passed away here. Some say 63,000, some say 14,000. The truth is that the two primary historians, John Amrine and Pam Brooks, they're going through death indexes, they're going through vital statistics office, et cetera, coroner's reports, et cetera. They have compiled a lot of evidence. I think the last time I talked with Pam, the number that they could, you know, they're suspecting and there's having like, you know, family.
What's that? Yeah, that wasn't it.
Yeah, if you would just say flash, so, you know, because like when we're in the dark, you know how that is. Big as this tunnel, and then you kind of get blinded.
You don't put your hat on?
Guys, there's water over here, just to let you know.
Okay.
What is that from?
It just run off from the There's your link though, if you open that down there.
Oh, that's as long as it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not as long as a football field.
It's longer than a football
It don't
field.
look like it.
Wait till you start
though.
Let me make one announcement, guys, for everybody's benefit, and then you guys can join in, okay?
That line.
Man, there's a bunch of people over this too. Okay, guys, just do yourselves and me one big favor from a safety aspect, please, if you would. You'll notice as you get closer, like as you guys start filing down, the left-hand side over here has steps. Okay, the right-hand side looks like a sidewalk. The left-hand side, the stepped side, if you would, please stay on that. We've got it cleared off. It is wet, it is slick, but it's free of debris. The right-hand side is loaded with concrete, rebar, pipes, everything else, okay? So if you want to, those of you that want, head on out. If you don't feel like you have to, just wait outside with me.
I'll have to go down a way, maybe not more. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let the folks go down first.
I'll
may go back here.
Should have let somebody with a flashlight go. I can't see the steps. I don't know where it's at. I lost my light.
Oh, yes. This is just sick.
Ew.
Slide that. It's like mud right here.
Yeah, there's lots of mud.
Oh, yes.
You were good, I'm sorry. You wear flip-flops? Yes.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, Kristen, you're real smart.
Go down and do later.
I'm doing fine, and I can't walk in the shade.
Maybe you should like walk in the set. Just see what can't blood. What is the tricky thing about this?
This is gonna suck coming back up.
Something, this is over.
Just walk down this wet, disgusting muddy tunnel for nothing.
I could have just looked at this.
Ew, it's fine. It's disgusting.
That's why I'm standing over here.
Oh, I'm here with my camera while I roll my hands up.
What was the rough reading part about this?
This is where they just
Like dump them off?
leave them here? What? Just lay them here?
If any of you are interested in the blueprint information for this, or when they did remodeling, when they made it a geriatric center in late '62 and early 1963, those are all available from David Morgan down on Bear. All up to him. Okay, buddy. Guys, you're on the first floor. We are going to go there in a minute, down this direction here. If you all can see where I'm pointing my light down through that hallway there, we will be going there in just a moment. Is the morgue. This is the way that there is an elevator that you'll see once we get in there, and it would come down. This is the hallway that they would come down, and this is the door that they would roll up here behind us. And at the time, like I said, that was totally enclosed, and it would enter the portion of the death tunnel that we just came from. What this hallway is largely composed of here is just like there's female, male bathrooms, janitorial lockers, section for some of the engineers. Back here, a lady asked when we first came up, is this a, like, not anymore, it contained 4% asbestos. Health department made it come out. Yes, ma'am.
How old is the battery? It's a low battery.
77 minutes. But I got a second battery, but it's only half the size.
Follow on in, guys. Please. Yeah. I'll tell you about that one too. You're talking about the ABC television program, ABC TV. Guys, let's squeeze everybody on in, okay, so we can vacate the hallway and everybody can get a shot in here. Thank you so much. What? pretty good group, and I'll tell you. I love the adults. I hate it when you get the kids here, it's all like 6th grade.
Stuck in the other
You're a high school teacher, they want to make you end up stuff like that. You just want to go, I will. That's what he just said too. Watch that door, guys. It's a little heavy. Watch your step here if you would, fellas. Some of this stone is broken off. Let's step in this room, guys, if you would. Yes, sir. You're on numero uno, or numero dos? Numero 2-0. Solarium. You know, you often say that. I'll make a decision first. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm gonna have to, it is, ma'am. I'm gonna have to make 2 announcements. You all are gonna get a repeat, and I'm gonna say if you want to wait till I get in, consider it air-wise. Okay. Guys, if you all can, when you're taking your pictures, I know some of you probably weren't in the death tunnel when I said this to them, but some people's eyes are already burning up because they're in, yeah. If you can, one thing that we all like to do with each other, because even sometimes we'll snap pictures too, we just got in the habit of saying flash before we take it. Gives you a chance to look away or look somewhere else or shut your eyes for a second. They'll blind you. Guys, the area that we're on, like I said, it's called the solarium. If you'll notice the architectural shape of the building is like that of a boomerang or a bat wing. It's done that way for a reason. The architect got together with the administration and based on what the medical directors recommended, you're sitting about 270, 275 feet up now on a bluff. That's a tour group below us. I heard it too. We're sitting about 270 flow this way, even today in this area, and it cups the wind. So about the biggest thing you had to treat TB with up until 1949 was when streptomycin was discovered by Dr. Salmon Waxman, okay? Prior to that, all they had was what we consider farm cooking. We'll make our way to the exit and go up to 3, okay?
Yeah.
This was the first exam.
Probably. Because a lot of them have their own personal back.
Doors on
We're going to have to kind of move them on. Find the other groups that we want to do.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
All right. Tiff, can I get you or Donnie one in the middle?
Yeah.
We have the slinky affecting you. Not the shoes. You good?
Yep.
Okay, guys, let's go on up here to 3 real quick.
Oh, look. So bloody.
Huh?
This fellow up front asked a real good question, and somebody else, another gentleman asked up towards the front here, asked a good question too. 4th floor was the floor that we've been able to determine was for people of some amount of influence and affluent people. And if you, the only notice, it's just like in any other hospital. All the floors, the layout, design, and everything is all the same, with the exception on 2nd floor, 3rd floor, and 5th, you're going to have community showers and community bathrooms. It's just like when you go to the movies. Everybody's, you know, does their business in the same place, including showers. With the exception of 4th floor, where every room had its own personal bathroom. Okay? That's another tour group. Yeah, believe it or not, that's what we had. It's a lot of bodies. But anyway, guys, this is a fairly interesting floor. I've got a couple of things to tell you about it. I don't know if any of you met Nancy downstairs. She was the blonde that was probably behind the counter getting you drinks or whatnot. She is a very nice lady, but she's pretty much, the reason why I like to use her on this particular floor with an example is, you know, she works in a warehouse where they build swimming pools and swimming pool materials and textile stuff. She manages about 16 rough and rowdy guys in there, and she's pretty much a woman with a hard knock stand. When she says something, she means it. She doesn't mess around much. She does not stretch the truth any whatsoever. She was in here with a group from Mesa. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that paranormal group or not. They're fairly big on the internet. And she's also been in. And but there was a gentleman up here, I think in his mid-20s. I think he was up there with his girlfriend or fiance. Well, I want to say fiance, and he was going to slip in there and scare her. And he did get behind the tour guide. And but when they were wanting to exit or whatnot, he slipped on in there to jump out and had plans to scare her. And he said that when he went in there and turned the corner in this backwards L, that he saw an apparition, and it turned as if he had started the apparition, but he said what scared him was that the figure had no eyes. I did not see this, have never seen this, and hoping for to God I never see it, because I'm too old and my heart will fail. But that's what he said, and I can promise you that. That's a good example of, I'm telling you, when you got to take off one after one is running like a deer. Tears rolling, snot flying, and you can't get them calmed down. You're scared because he's so scared, and you can't find out anything clear what's going on. Okay. On a truth is stranger than fiction note, or at least equal to it, some of you were talking earlier at the death tunnel about going through Microfiche Security Journal. You can also find this downtown. An unfortunate event linked with this floor is it was on this floor that a homeless man and his white German Shepherd were murdered, okay? The best that we can determine, and if anybody here can clear it up for us after the tour, please go up and tell Tina, but there's evidently some gang activity out here once, pretty much earlier here in the 2000s, but we do know that before Charlie and Tina acquired this property in 2001, there was not a whole lot of, this is not to say anything at all about the previous owner, just, you know, there's that term pride in ownership, okay? So a great deal of care was not exercised toward the building. So there was a couple of homeless people living here. It's been host to a rock band called Incursion 512, and you'll see it all over the building. And all this beautiful Picasso-like artwork is from the little heathens that come in this building to do that kind of stuff, both old and young alike. And more time to read nothing. Yeah. You know, some people, this is their favorite spot. Some people, it's the fourth, and you just try to get everybody everywhere, you know. We'll get you guys in here in just a second, okay?
Cool.
I promise.
There's a lot cooler up there.
On the board, we don't know until y'all come up and tell us, but so we always go over this. Yes, there were people up here on this floor that TB had migrated from their lungs to their brain and central nervous system, so if you want to call those folks crazy, it had a similar effect on them medically. It has a similar effect to that of, not really of rabies, but more like an STD that's went and migrated that far. You kind of get confused. You get like Al Capone did. You get kind of gorked out. You don't really know your name, et cetera, et cetera. Kind of get somewhat zombified there. TB can migrate if it's left untreated or treated poorly. Remember, we didn't even have an antibiotic therapy for it until 1949. So unless you were one of those people lucky enough to survive, if it doesn't go treated adequately, it can migrate to your skin, your bone. Male and female genitalia is a favorite spot for it. So it's an ugly little bugger. And it's still pretty rampant in third world countries. Right now, got a mailing the other day, there's a brand new strain right now that's out in some third world countries that isn't responding to any of the antibiotics that we have that we use for it today. And so far, CDC and National Institutes of Health are watching this. It's migrating right now towards South America. So let's hope we don't have to have a need for sanatoria again in our lifetime. Let's hope not. Still listed up there worldwide as right up there with diseases like HIV, etc. It's still worldwide one of the larger plagues. So it has played, fifth floor has seen its share of those with TB to the central nervous system. It has housed children up here. It's been used as a women's ward. It's also been used as a ward for folks that were pretty much almost discharged to go home. So never any co-ed stuff that we know of up here yet though. As far as this room I'm standing in front of here, this is one that is in a lot of urban legend. This is room 502. You guys are going to get to go in here in a minute, and about the best thing I can tell you about this is, I know everybody wants to know about the nursing stuff up here. So there's 2 suicides that we really cover, and I'll give you the best. I'll say the best one for last, but the first one is, yes, if you've read about it or heard the rumor about it, there was a nurse that worked here that did attempt to kill herself after being positively diagnosed with tuberculosis. She tried to slit her wrist and whatnot. And it wasn't a bathtub here. Some other co-workers found her. She did get the medical help she needed as far as suturing her back up, etc. And they did save her. The doctors did see her through tuberculosis treatment successfully. 15 years later, unfortunately, she did die with breast cancer. I know it kind of sucks, but it's super unfortunate, but that's what happened to the poor lady. As far as the other one that everybody talks about, and this is the one I'm telling you about, you got to distinguish lore from the best that we can tell you, and I'll tell you as honestly as we can. Again, Mr. Thornberry, the gentleman that some of you may have seen on the docudrama Spook, The Ghost of Waverly Hills, or you might have seen him in that thing when he's talking outside in front of the death tunnel, or seen him on the video presentation before you came in. He was a very young man, turned a century, and this was, if I'm not mistaken, his first job, one of his first jobs, if not his first job. And he was in the maintenance, and he came up on the elevator here behind you and found the nurse hanging from a light fixture. Now, you'll hear some people say, well, all those light fixtures were decorative. Well, not the ones from the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. When they did a second revision here in 61 and 62, before it got renamed Woodhaven Geriatric, which was privately owned. This sanatorium was owned as a sanatorium by Jefferson County. So Woodhaven was privately owned, and there were actually, before it was even named Woodhaven, it was going to be called Waverly Hills Louisville Senior Citizen Center. Louisville Senior Citizen Center. So, but was it from any of these fixtures above you now? No, because we didn't have water sprinklers at the turn of the century and all that. Even if we did, it wasn't up to code, but I can guarantee you that they didn't have them at the turn of the century, and for you've got any firemen or women in the audience, they can promise you that. And this, of course, fluorescent lighting is obviously 60s on up, is Woodhaven on up, so some of this above your head is revision. But according to Mr. Thornberry, he got off of there, found her hanging here in front of the elevator. He said that there was blood in the area on her uniform, the groin area. He did seek help, and they got it. They cut the woman down. Did not succeed in reviving her. I'm assuming CPR's been around a little while. But they did not, whatever method they chose to use apparently wasn't successful in reviving that woman. The hospital pathologist, who is like a medical examiner, the person who would do autopsies, you have to remember, Waverly sits on 29 acres today. In those days it had 600 acres, okay? And like I said, if you worked here, you lived up here, okay? Maybe not necessarily in the hospital, but you lived on the grounds. It was one big community. But he was not in-house. So I think the general surgeons did apparently what they could to determine what happened to her, and I don't know if it progressed, if her body ever made it to the pathologist or not, but they felt that she had been carrying child and the body was no longer, or the fetus was no longer in there. According to Mr. Thornberry, the baby was found later, I think several hours later, in the well system on the property by another groundskeeper.
Sometimes this is too many people to be able to see them. That's West Paper.
Hey, this is the road I was telling you about. When you come down, you can see out the trees. You can see. It's alright. What's on this side?
Are you trying to take pictures? No, I'm just looking.
That's alright. It's okay.
Set some alarms off.
Guys, if any.
Next target. Look at that. There's just little lights.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys almost ready to wrap it up? Okay. Guys, if you would, please remember you got your white bucket here and extinguisher light.
I'm trying not to get that right in your eyeball.
Yeah, they're little blinding.
You're blind, you're blind.
Well, that's right. See if we can get everybody down with the stairwells. We ought to have a good 10 or 15.
Tie-in I've got for you. This is the floor where we see the most activity out of what's called shadow people. I don't know if we've got any paranormal open-minded believers with us down, or if we've got all skeptics that don't know. It's just my job to tell you about this, so I will. We have one security guard, a guy that still works security here, that was here before the Mattingleys. He's been here since before the Mattingleys acquired the property. He was with Mr. Alberhasky's group. This, you'll see, maybe some of you can, maybe some of you can't, but there's a latch here on this door that we only put on there about a year ago. And this happened about 2000, I guess, late 99 or maybe late 2000, one or the other. But like I said, from time to time, and even sometimes when we've got tour groups in here, we try to keep the building pretty secure, and we've got the infrared cameras, motion stuff, and 18 people in security and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes, unfortunately, people do get into the building on us. Brandon and them responded up here, and there were, I think it was 3 males that were in their very late teens, almost into their 20s. It was a little bit more lax security back then, but there was a lot of hollering and screaming. They heard from the outside. It was at nighttime, which is when we had the biggest problem. They responded to it up here, and you know, you have to understand that when you work up here, we don't always run into nice people like you all. Sometimes we run into some real messed up individuals, okay? We really do. They've been in here with, we've caught them in here with grappling hooks and guys about a month ago, 2 of them with revolvers, and you know, oh yeah. I mean, you know, people ask, why do y'all carry all that stuff on you if you're tour guides? For a reason, because we don't want to get hurt, okay? But anyway, they responded up here to these guys, and they were beating and beating and beating on this door. And I would feel a little bit less confident about telling you this if the physical evidence didn't remain. But they kept telling Brandon and them, you know, we always ask people, you know, depending on what's happening, what are you on, what's going on, you know, what are you doing, you know, what's your business here? And they're beating on here, just begging them for help to be let out. This is a true hand of God story. The boy on the other side, one of the boys said they won't let us out. And he said these are almost, I mean, what most men would consider grown men now. Tears rolling and snot flying, and Brandon said, you know this door doesn't have a lock on it, Tim, and it don't. It's not had one since God knows when. And definitely it had one since I've been up here for sure. And it swings pretty freely. But they let him out, and after they escorted him off property and all that, these are axe marks. Guys, one of the fellows had an axe. That's what I mean. I'm telling you, it's a God's truth. We get people bring everything up here, from ball bats to everything. What they were doing up here with an axe, I don't know. But this is, I mean, you all can feel it when you go past it. It's kind of like the doors you had in high school or maybe your college or your grammar school. It's an institutional metal door. I don't know about you guys, but I've done a lot of axe work when I grew up on a farm, and I will tell you one thing, that takes some oomph to put cuts like that in a metal door. You got to be swinging. So with that in mind, and I know y'all heard them screaming a little bit or cutting up here, getting excited when we went to fifth. So hopefully it's a nice active floor tonight, okay? So with that, once we get out here, we'll divide into two groups. But step on out here with me, and I'll welcome you to the 4th floor. Stop everybody right here, guys, and then we'll split them, okay? If you need me to move or something one side or the other, tell me.
okay, I know.
Okay.
Look. There's no lights out there.
Actually, there's an infrared beam
is
from a
there?
camera. If you're showing up a white globe
Yeah,
on there,
I
yeah,
was
that's
gonna
what it is. I know it, man. It's disappointing. I know it, but we, like I said, we want you. If you catch something, we
Yeah.
definitely want you to, put it on the board or send it in. Let us know, tell us, call us, something. But we want you to know that you got something real.
Yeah.
Guys, squeeze on in if we can. Let's get that stairwell evacuated so we can maximize our time down here for everybody, okay? We're going to make some more room here in just a second. Okay. Donnie, do you care to walk about midway through and cut the crowd in half and take them back with you and Tiff, and I'll keep the other half up here with me, and that way we'll maximize it for everybody? Yeah. Okay. We're going to split it up, guys, into 2 groups. That way it'll be easier for everybody to get their fair share, hopefully.
I'm not sure like that time
If you guys want to do any picture taking, do you all mind doing it like right now, and I'll step out of your way because we're going to get ready to go lights out, okay?
If anybody wants to take pictures, do it loud. Everybody take the personal line up.
Every single light? Yes, Barbara. Let's see, I'm just counting heads. If we do this right, we can possibly have everybody participate for once. Okay. Oh, sorry, buddy. I was in your way, I think. No. You squared up? Okay. Guys, I'll tell you what, if we can, let's make sure our monitors are off, our flashlights are off. Okay? If you got any viewing windows, let's just look through our eyepieces, okay? Because even that, we want to let our eyes adjust as much as we can. Has anybody done this before, guys? In the group? Okay. What the idea is, what we want to do is we want to let your eyes adjust as much as you can. Can you all see where the ambient light is coming through from the outside, drifting into the doorways? Mm-hmm. Okay. What you want to look for, as if I were walking towards you in the dark, you want to look for a silhouette. Any of them. You probably are going to see, hopefully you're going to see multiple silhouettes, but what you want to see for, or break anything that breaks the light, they typically move fast, they're typically very dark, and sometimes they'll even approach us. I'll tell you what I'm willing to do if you guys are willing to work with me to make sure it happens pretty smoothly. And we've got a small enough group here, we can probably manage our time well and do it. But we can let 2 people at a time. I'll tell you how far to walk down. You can turn in faces, sort of spread out like this, like you're getting frisked by the cops, and you can let the rest of the group, that way we'll be able to look between your legs, the light between your legs and your arms, and then we'll have you walk back towards us, and sometimes that helps the group back here see shadow people. It helps them, it gives them something definite to fix on, and then they'll know something that's happening. So do we have anybody that wants to go down? Huh?
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay, whoever said yeah, we'll go. Let me have those 2. We got 2 males back there. Is that the 2 guys that want to go?
No.
I can only let 2 go at a time. So just buddy up with somebody and walk up here and meet me, okay? Please. Okay. I got you. Okay. All right, guys, keep walking. You see how the light's breaking? I'm probably going to have you go to about the 3rd one. I'll tell you when to stop when it looks the best for us, okay? And then we'll just have you turn around and face and stand next to each other, just like I'm standing next to you. And you guys tend to give it this. And that way, when you get down there, we'll be able to see you. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you, okay? So just take off and walk slow. There's nothing in the floor to trip over. Almost there. Keep going. How about right there? Stop right there. Turn and face us now. Just spread eagle like this. Okay? Now, can you guys make out fairly well? Y'all got something definite to see them by?
I can see an
Yes or
arm.
no?
No.
Okay. Do they need to step forward or step back? Okay, guys, walk forward just a little bit. Slowly so they can tell. Tell me when you, does that better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody agrees? I think honestly, guys, do us a favor, just try this. If you can't back up a little bit more, further away from us, slowly. You all tell me when you see them best.
I seen something.
Okay, all right. I tell you what, that too far, guys, for you all?
I can see the one on the right.
Y'all have got to talk to me. Tell me what you need.
I can just see the edge of the one guy.
Okay, if you can see him, go ahead and spread eagle for us, guys, okay? Stand side by side, just make a big letter A. You guys look for the brake slide underneath their arms and between their legs. No, you're going to get to see it when somebody else goes down, okay? Hopefully, well, I hope you get to see it. But. Do us a favor, though, guys. We've got to trust you not to be moving your arms and fooling the crowd and stuff, okay? So just keep them still. I think I can see in the dark.
Is there something under his arm?
Can you all see anything? You all let everybody know if you see any other figures down there besides them, moving in between them, behind them, whatever. And you let us down there know if you feel any different, like if you feel any hot spots, cold spots, anything that's not a draft or something.
I feel cold. It's fine.
And it's not a draft?
No, it's by my feet.
Okay. Can you all tell them if you see anything?
There's something moving on the left behind his arm.
Yeah.
Our left or his left?
His right.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, I see that. Are you okay, ma'am?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm just freaking out a little.
If you're uncomfortable and you want to walk back, you can do that. You okay?
Yeah.
Are you all moving your arms?
No.
I'm not moving at all.
Yeah, are you all seeing that move in between, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Them too. I'll tell you what, guys, so that we can let other people go, so that you all can see what it's like to be them. Walk on back to us slowly.
Arms up still?
Y'all, no, you can just walk on back. Just walk on back to us. Sometimes, guys, you can see a third or fourth figure. Sometimes. Let me know if you all seen it.
Maybe you gotta do the little, if you're here, show us the sign thing.
You can talk to them if you want. I choose not to.
Oh,
They've already taught me who's in control, and that would be them. Do we have two more people? Yeah. This female and who else? This male? Okay. You guys take off?
and your camera is shut?
No, we're not. We're
Pardon?
not using your camera. Are
I'm
you
not
good?
seeing nothing.
It's on, but everything's closed.
Is my big head in your way? Come on in, guys. Let's get them out of the hallway in there. I'm sorry. You all are in the main OR now.
What is it all?
Operating room. This is the main. Where they do all the slicing and the dicing.
I'm very busy.
No, see, it's what, isn't it? It's like this, the more, you think 500 patient hospital, you think you're gargantuan, but it wasn't. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, we got I know. We got 11. I know it. I've been watching it, man. I know. We're just gonna do this in the walkout. All right. We in? Okay. Yeah, just doorway so they can go ahead and come on. Matt's desperate to see something with you. Did y'all get to see anything? In the hall. Yeah. At least you saw something. It's like, all right, go ahead. Okay. Folks, like I was telling the other folks, you're in the main OR right now. Over here would have been your x-ray view boxes. Up above you is the one remaining OR light that is original. The other one, don't ask me why somebody would steal it, but there's some freak out there with an OR light fetish and had to have it at a time. Back this way is, and this is original equipment too. Y'all have heard of where surgeons, or I guess the OR crew, they gas sterilize scalpels, etc. That sterilization stuff is still in there, the ovens, and that's all original. That is not Woodhaven, that's Waverly. The two biggest things, guys, to tell you about this room, if you know much about the procedures that happen here, the two biggies were automatic pneumothorax and thoracoplasty. Automatic pneumothorax is where they went in between the rib space and they collapsed the lung. The thinking was, we'll rest that lung. And the bad part that we know about it nowadays, I don't know if any of you have ever had pneumonia or anything like that, or flu that went in pneumonia. Well, you know, then you know what I'm talking about. Right. What's the first thing? You got a nurse right in your face today that says, she hands you a plastic thing that looks like a child's toy. It's called an incentive spirometer, and she says, breathe, because we want to conduct air in and out of them lungs. Because that's the one thing, as long as a lung is nice and wet and warm, it can grow media. It can grow any kind of funk in there that you can possibly get, or hospital-acquired pneumonia or infection or whatever. And so sometimes this procedure also, just because the space that's in between your ribs and the actual hollow of the chest is really free of any air whatsoever. So anytime you introduce air into there, it does tend to compress the heart some too. But believe it or not, some people actually made it through that procedure. You know, you hear about the bizarre medical experiments. The thing that we try to stress with people is they really were trying to do the best they knew how to do at the time. And it's just like us. They're going to look at us in 50 years and say, "Hi, in the name of God, what made them people want to treat cancer with huge doses of radiation and chemotherapy?" So they're going to say it. You know, we all live and learn. Thoracoplasty, they remove two or more ribs, usually more, muscles, nerves, everything else. And you know, you've probably seen some of the deforming photography. It just leads to, it takes years of physical and occupational therapy. You heard the one guy talk for him to even learn how to stand upright again and stuff. It's just very physically deforming, but the thought behind that was, well, we'll remove the mechanical resistance of the thoracic cage, the rib cage, the bony chest, and let that lung expand. That wasn't such a hot deal either. Thoracoplasty is used worldwide about 7% now, worldwide. It's not rare, but it's not common either. And again, it's mostly used in some, not every country is as fortunate as us, Germany or England, they don't have, or Canada even. Canada, we even did it here too. At one point in time, Canada did it first, the insertion of ping pong balls into the thoracic cavity, believe that or not. That, little narrow, skinny balloons they inserted, they did everything they could. The bad part is, and we'll wrap the OR up with this, but I don't know if any of you are in the medical field in here or not, or any of your mathematicians or whatnot, but just, if everybody remembers exponents from school, if you ever had them, it's something I wanted to forget real bad, but I can't. But you all know that, you know, like 2 to the 2nd power, it's not 2 times, or I mean, you know, it's you know, like 2 to the 4th whatever, it's like, you know, that number over and over and over again. Well, tuberculosis has a reproduction rate. It has babies 10 to the 44th power every 20 minutes. So that's, you know, it could really rapidly overtake you if it was left untreated or whatnot. So I mean, if you really put things in the scope of what doctors and medical science know today, and you put it, you know, you really start looking into this place, or any other sanatorium in America, they had a big job on their hands. It's a wonder that as many people survived it as they did before 1949, before we had strep. It was really, really something else. But
people a day, right? Which would be about 1,700 people a year, which would be over 60,000 people in a 40-year period. That would be only 1% of the population by every day. That would be 5 people. So 60,000 people is not a real high number.
Come on, guys, we just hit the group.
step up.
I don't think I won't go. And here's my feet.
No.
I just won't stop to get them up so I can get them up.
I don't know. Oh yeah.
Because there's no light in there. You left me.